last week's entries aside, it's been a great year and we've had a lot of fun. But unfortunately, we've been gaining two new hosts, losing Korean for an extended period of time, and burning ourselves out on BlueStacks. So between all those things, we have barely put a dent in our backlog, which brings us to today's topic.
I have a question. So you mentioned that so there's this one guy who is logged in 24/7 to this game, and all the others are normal players. This guy doesn't realize that it's a game, right?
Not at
But
first, no.
because he sees the other login log out. He doesn't like, oh my god, this person just disappeared in front of me.
Well,
There's no sense.
because he works within the confines of the game. I mean, his class is a wave master. That's what they're called. It's basically a mage. But because it's if you've played any kind of MMO, people can port. I mean, not like in WoW you can't, but in say like Final Fantasy, you have Aetherites. And fast travel. So porting from point A to point B is a common thing in their world. So for them, if they're like, oh, I need to go to the city, I can just port from here to here using portals and
Yeah,
whatnot. So if somebody logs
but
out,
if
to him
it
it just
logs
appears
out,
as somebody porting somewhere else, and he's like, okay, they're gone. But he doesn't realize that they cease to exist in the world. It's just they cease to
all
exist in
right,
front of him.
and he can instant message them and all, and
I
okay,
don't
that's
think he
that's
has access to
cool.
that. I think I don't think he
To
has
the
access to
system.
anything.
Okay.
It's basically the world becomes his world,
Hey,
and he yeah.
okay, you can see the forums and all. It's just
No, no,
the
no. He can't
others.
see those. If he goes to like I think maybe if he goes to like a market board, if somebody posts something on the market board, he can read that because it's on a market board. But if it's anything that's not physically present in the game, I don't think he has access to it. So it has to be
Okay,
something that
well,
has some
that's
sort of in-game analysis, in-game and analogous. And it has to have something in-game, an in-game mechanic. Then he can access it. Yeah.
okay.
Or
Well,
she. That's one of the
that's
things
so
is that they figured
interesting.
out is the character is male, but then they're at one point they're kind of speculating like we don't necessarily know that the player is male, so that's part of the mystery is like literally you have no idea what this person looks like. It's not like Sword Art Online. They don't look like who they are in real life. They are the character. So literally you have zero clues as to who it could be. And I think in some cases, um, and I think in like Luminality or something like that, there's cases where people are playing as a female, but it's actually a male player, or a person is playing as a male, but there's actually a female player, and so in game you have basically you just have to look for rumors that somebody's passed out in the real world under mysterious circumstances, and kind of talk to their friends and see if they played this game and whatnot. So there's a bit of detective work in there.
As a little digression, I just wanted to say for two people who don't really like Sword Art Online or something like this, say keep watching at least until the arc of the Sleeping Knights, just to show you that sometimes manga and anime can affect your real life. After the Sleeping Nights, I started to give every year to the Children's Hospital because I was so into the story and I found it so sad and terrible that it really affected me in real life. So it's okay. It's not just for children. You can watch. It's fine. Because I have a lot of people judging. You're watching cats. Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes I really have great stories. So it's all right. Don't be ashamed of watching this.
Yeah, I've heard people say that if you want to watch Sword Art Online, just watch the series that start with A, like Alicization or something like that. They're like, if it starts with the letter A,
That's
it's good. If it doesn't start with the letter A, it's bad.
No, 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 no. That depends. There's a lot of arcs. The first arc is cool because that's one that everybody knows. As you said, when they are stuck inside and it's like a death game. Arc 2 and 3 are crap. They're really bad. Arc 4 is the one I was talking about, Sleeping Nights, which is the best that I've ever seen. And after that, you have Alicization, which is cool. It is nice. You can watch it, but it's far below Sleeping Nights. Far below. Even if it's good, but it's still better than the original story.
I've seen all of one episode of Sword Art Online. And it was randomly in the
Yeah,
middle.
well, I think people stop because like it's like Bleach. The first season, the second season are great, and after that, it's like, oh, it's too much. No, please, it's going nowhere. Please stop. Kill the
Yeah, that's a
kill the
habit.
show.
Yeah, that's exactly. They
And
they milk the cash cow, and it's just like, oh no, you should have
yeah,
stopped after one season. That's what makes Cowboy Bebop so great. They ended, and they're like, we're done. We're not
did
gonna
you see
milk this.
did you see
No,
the live?
no.
It's great.
Is it great? I've heard it.
I
I've heard mixed. A lot of people like it, and a lot of people hate it, and it got canceled already for season 2. So
loved it. It's canceled.
really,
Season 2's canceled.
yep, season 2's been
N-
canceled. They are not going to do
Oh
a season 2.
no.
It was not
Oh, that's a
successful enough.
different. That's really depressing news because honestly, and I love Cowboy Bebop, and I can tell you it's extremely well adapted, and I really liked it. It's far better than what they did with Alita Battle Angel, for
Really,
instance.
I liked Alita Battle
Or
Angel. I thought that was great.
Alita was great, but it doesn't respect the original work by the fact that the city is just too safe, too clean. If you read the manga, you know that you can die for no reason just over the street over
People
there.
were dying left and
It's
right in the thing.
it's far too clean. It's far too clean. For me, it's not dangerous enough. It doesn't reflect the dangerousity of this world. But anyway, it's far better than Alita for me, at least. It's or Gun, if you know it under this name, or what they did with Kenshin. They did a live action of Kenshin.
I've heard that's really good. You didn't like the live action Kenshin? I've heard that one's really good.
Oh no, I hated it.
Really?
And on the other side, I was like, this Cowboy Bebop is so cool, especially the guy. Well, and the characters like except Vicious, the bad guy. I think there's an error in casting there, but the main crew, they're really really good.
It changed Faye so much.
Yeah, because she's lesbian.
Not just that, but I mean
No,
like her personality and stuff. Like she's cursing all the time now, and she's kind of like
and
the annoying little sister
uh,
character. And
no, I think I think what they did is good because do you know the original Cowboy Bebop, right?
of
So
course, I have it on DVD. Yeah,
so you know Ed,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
adapt her in real life. It's what they did at the very end of the last episode of the
I've seen
series
that part. I
of the
watched that
show,
clip.
and you're like, yes, that's why you need an adaptation. Because sometimes you can't just take the character from a series and put it
It
in real
does
life
not
because
work.
it just doesn't work. And
Doesn't work.
this like 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes that you see Ed, you're like, oh god, this character is sick. They missed it completely. And that they adapted Faye, I don't mind because she works in the world that they
Mm.
created for the series. And the one who didn't like it, pass the anime. It's an adaptation. They can't, be stuck within the bonds of the anime. They have to take liberties, and the liberties they took, I really like them. I really found it fantastic.
Mm.
My opinion, I don't care. I don't give a shit if you don't like it. I loved it, and it
uh,
was fun. And that there's no season 2. I feel sad, but at the same time, that means I'm not gonna see the Ed character, which is really not good. And at this point, it's maybe good. And on that topic, Witcher the series season 2 is coming very soon. I think next week on
oh yeah, Witcher
Netflix.
comes soon. Yeah. I was kind of
And I
surprised
hope
by Witcher. I was expecting kind of like a Game of Thrones kind of thing, and then I was like, oh no, wait, this is more like 1960s Batman. It's kind of like cheesy, and it's just all about like
I
having
don't
fun
know.
with it. It's not like dark and
Yeah,
gritty.
I was really mixed with it because I really wanted to love it. There was so many reference and little stuff like, oh, it's gonna be fantastic, and sometimes I'm like, Nilfgaard costumes are, there's a lot of things which are like, it's a bit really they took influence from Game of Thrones when they just shouldn't have, or
Yeah.
that was good and bad. That was good and bad, and the fact that they did a season 2 with apparently way more budget and apparently they corrected the costume and all, I really want to see because I really like the witches story.
Mm.
I saw that the witches were really well put in the first season, and I just realized that it's already quite late and we have some news to talk about.